Good morning, everyone. I am your educator Trasha, and today we are going to start the chapter first of biology, that is the living world. Before we begin, I want you to think about a very simple question, that what do you mean by biology? Or we can say we will start with the basics of it. So, biology in the simple words we can say is the study of life and the living organisms. Right? Now, in Greek words, we can say bio means life and logos means study, which we will already discussed. Now, also we can say it is the scientific study of living organisms and the life processes. Now, why we need biology? We need to understand because of the various factors, and the first factor is how we evolute, or we can say the evolution of living beings. That we will further discuss. Now, if we'll talk about the living world, we can say that living organisms possesses cellular organization, right? Now, cellular organizations means or contains different chemical reactions that will occur inside the body, right? Now, in order to produce the reactions, we have to respond to certain stimuli, right? Stimuli that is of different kinds: chemical stimulus, physical stimulus, and so on. Now, the main and the major point is the growth and reproduction. These are the main or the important features of any living organism in this world, right? Now, afterwards, we can say all organisms in our surroundings have different kind of shape, size, habitat, nutrition, niche, habitat and different life processes. So we can say that there are a multiple versions or a multiple kind of organisms that relies on different or various features. Example, there are different kind of things like bacteria, fungi, plants, insect, birds, mammals, and humans. Now, if we'll talk about why we need the scientific study for this, in order to answer this, we can say the early humans or the early beings, they only broadly distinguish between, that is, living things and non-living things. The early humans concept. They call living things as animate, and they call non-living things as inanimate, right? But there are still a lot of things that they don't understand, right? So in order to bring that, or in order to understand the world or concept, different things were discovered from place to place. Like classification is one of the thing that happens. Okay, so the question arises, why we need the classification? Okay, I'll give you an example. Imagine I give you a room containing 1,000 different books, and if all the books are randomly placed everywhere, finding one particular book will be very difficult. But if I arrange them according to subjects, for example, biology book together or chemistry shelves together, then finding a book becomes much easier. The same idea was used in biology. Now, because there are so many organisms, scientists classify them into groups. This makes studying the huge diversity of life much easier. Now, what did scientists discover? They discover that organisms have scientists discovers that different organisms have similarities in the patterns, right? So after that, there are now we have millions of plants and animals. Millions of plants and animals are there. There is a need to standardize the naming of the naming of living organisms such that a particular organism is known by the same name all over the world. Hence, we discovered a thing that today we call it as nomenclature.